everybody. I'm going to put together an art journal page today using some jelly prints and some stamping and maybe some rub-ons and some washi tape. So I'm going to get started now. This is a jelly print that I did on a regular piece of printer paper. And I'm going to use that to go inside this art journal. And I think I'm going to start on it outside the journal, and then I'll attach it after I get maybe the borders and stuff on. I added a tiny bit of paint around the edges here where to cover up a lot of the white area that didn't get the jelly print on it. And I wanted to make sure that the washi tape covered all of the white edges. So I took some of this Scotch Expressions washi tape and I laid it on my cutting mat and trimmed it into thinner pieces to use on this book. So okay. So one of my favorite things, for those of you who don't know me very well, some of you will know this already, but one of my favorite things is coffee. So I thought I would do an art journal page about coffee. Okay. I'll show you what's going to be. We're going to have a coffee cup here, and this coffee cup is also cut out of a piece of cardstock that I had jelly printed on. Looked like this, and this was at the bottom, so that's where that coffee shape is cut out. So coffee cup's going to go here, so I'm just going to put some stamps in the background for texture. And I'm going to start with this little heart. It came out of a set of Hero Art stamps called Have a Heart, and that's a set of 4. So I'm going to use some red archival ink. This one is Ranger, and it's permanent, like the Stays-On ink, it's permanent. So it doesn't matter what wet medium goes on top of it. Just thought I'd put a couple of these little hearts on there. So if this is here, then I think I might put one here. And one down there. I'm stamping off the excess on a coffee filter. I'll use that in another project sometime when it gets full of inky and painty goodness. Here's another Ranger ink. That's archival and permanent. Okay. Put a little texture in black with the Stays-On. Just getting a baby wipe here to clean the stamp. Use a little bit of a script also. Got some green here. This one is also Ranger ink. I was just testing it off camera to see if it was going to blend well, and I think it'll be fine. Let's see. Need paper. Let's see. I'm using this piece of cardstock as a mask so I can not get the ink on the washi tape, and yet it will still look like the circle is coming off the page. See? All right. Okay, so we have our background all stamped, lots of texture and fun. I kind of think I'm going to put another one of those red hearts over here on this side, maybe half of one. So we'll do the same thing with the cardstock here just to mask it. I can't decide which side I want it on now. Maybe I'll put it here. Okay. Now we'll add the coffee to the cup. There, now it makes sense, huh? All right. All right, and I have some words that I'm going to put on here. And they say coffee. Makes everything better. Yeah, I like it at the cup. I do. All right, but before I add those, though, I'm going to do some. I'm going to do a little outlining and shading on the cup. So, by the way, here's a tip. This is a piece of plastic wrap, kitchen plastic wrap. I've used it. It's got paint all over it, but when you're going to continue to use your Mod Podge or your matte medium, those type of things, and you don't want to wash your brush out, you can wrap the brush in the plastic wrap and it keeps it moist so it doesn't dry out and make your brush bristles hard. So I just set it there until I'm ready to use it again. Now I wouldn't leave it like that overnight or anything because eventually it will get enough air in there that it will dry out. But you can definitely do that for a short time, up to like a couple of hours. So that's a good thing to know. using my Scarlet Lime pen. I'm going to make sure that that other pen is dry first. Oops. I just drew through the steam. Fix that. It's another good thing about putting the Collage Podge over the top. You can correct when you have small errors like that. If you catch them while it's wet, you can wipe them away and do it again. Sorry about getting my head in the shot there. So sorry. Okay. Just adding some doodles just for fun. Fix this for a, oops, make sure it's dry first. Okay, and now we can add the words. So we'll get the Collage Podge back out in my brush. Okay, so my black ink wasn't quite dry, so it is putting gray Collage Podge on top of my white word. I'm going to clean that away. I'll put some fresh on there. Yeah, this black wasn't quite dry under here. It's okay, we can fix that. Yep, you can fix it. All right. And now the rest of the phrase goes down here. That Scarlet Lime pen is a permanent pen as long as it's completely dry before you get anything wet on top of it. I just didn't dry it long enough. Okay, now we can dry that.